What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Oh No Sports. This is episode 4. And as you guys know, this is your best place for NFL news, my favorite picks and betting tips of the week, my favorite takes and what my opinion is on the NFL. And you know better than anyone, this is an interactive channel. I want to hear all your guys' comments. We'll be talking about some of the comments that you guys have left on previous videos later in the episode. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. So, obviously, for those of you that watched last week, I gave an amazing play with Eagles +3. Amazing is a loose term. They got blown out by the 49ers. That was on me. We'll take full responsibility on that for Oh No Sports. And the worst part about it is they got blown out at home. As I said in the last video, 12-2 at home in the last 2 years for the Eagles. Now Brock Purdy is getting talked about like he's Peyton Manning or Tom Brady. We're going to dive into that right now because one of our subscribers and one of our loyal fans, Michael Piscatelli, down in Texas, he commented about in episode 3 about Dak potentially being the MVP. So we're going to dive into that because I want to talk about what Michael said, and I want to talk about what all of the NFL insiders are saying about Brock Purdy being the MVP. In my opinion, this is just ridiculous to say Brock Purdy is the out-and-out MVP because he has a 23-6 touchdown interception ratio. That's terrific. There's no doubt. He's 9-3, also terrific. I'm not going to front and say anything about that. But come on, let's be realistic here. He's got McCaffery, who I've talked about a ton and I'm about to talk about more. He's got Debo, who's ridiculous. He's just a tool belt of a player. Ayuk, Kittle, a great O-line, and arguably the best defense in football. Is this guy a good quarterback? Yeah, but he's in the 10 to 15 range for best quarterbacks in the NFL. He's not in the 1 to 2 range. That's for darn sure. So now we're going to talk about who I think should be MVP. Then we'll talk about what Michael said with Dak. So what I think, Oh No Sports specific take, it's maybe unpopular, and I want to hear what you guys have to think, but I think the two most valuable players in the NFL, because at the end of the day, the MVP is most valuable player, not most valuable quarterback, are Tyreek Hill and Christian McCaffrey. I'm going to give you some stats to back that up. So first off, we'll start with Tyreek down in Miami. I mean, you guys watch him every week. He's a speed demon. His nickname's the Cheetah. But he's got 1,480 receiving yards this year. Second place is CeeDee Lamb, who's having an amazing year with 1,180. He's 300 ahead. That's 3 good receiving games ahead. On top of that, he's got 12 touchdowns, and he already has over 90 catches. This guy is ridiculous. He's changing the game of football. Last week, Tua threw that deep bomb to him, and I don't know how he adjusted, but he adjusted perfectly like it was a Madden game. Tyreek's unbelievable. He's out and out, I think, the most valuable player in the NFL right now, and I think second, and a very close second to him, is Christian McCaffrey, Brock Purdy's right-hand man, and the reason that Brock Purdy is getting talked about the way he is. McCaffrey's got 17 touchdowns this year. He's got 12 on the ground, but what people don't realize about McCaffrey is he's literally a wide receiver playing running back. He's got 5 receiving touchdowns this year, but the amount of catches he has per game, this guy's ridiculous, and in my opinion, a lot more valuable than Brock Purdy. So the reason that I say that, and the reason that these are my takes, is if you take Tyreek out of that Dolphins offense, it's very 1.5, 2-dimensional. I know my big thing was I was talking about 3-dimensional offenses in the Ravens, San Fran, and the Eagles last week on week 3. If you haven't watched it, go back, check it out. Comment. I want to hear what you guys have to say on it. But if you take Tyreek out of that Dolphins offense, it's very one-dimensional because they run those quick motions and screen plays, and they always have Tyreek moving before the play because he's so quick that no one can keep up with him in man coverage. If you take him out, you substitute in Jalen Waddle. Jalen Waddle's quick and he's a great receiver, but he's no Tyreek Hill. Then the secondary receiver, someone like Cedric Wilson, he's just not Jalen Waddle. So if you take him out of the discussion for the Dolphins, they're still a good team. There's no chance they have the same record that they do now. And it's just unrealistic. And he is the most valuable player on that team, and in my opinion, in the NFL. Then you go to the 49ers. Elijah Mitchell's a good backup running back, but when you take McCaffrey out of that team, You take their largest weapon on first, second, and arguably on third down too. He gets the ball almost every first down play. And if he's not open and they run the ball, say they run the ball for 1 yard on first down, they got 2nd and 9, they're looking for him out of the backfield on 2nd and 9 if they're throwing the ball. McCaffrey is far more valuable than Brock Purdy. I don't even think it's a conversation. But as always, this is an interactive channel, and it goes off of what you guys think. I'm going to base these episodes off of what you guys think, so I want to hear what you have to say. Comment, leave a like, obviously subscribe, like the videos, love to see that, but I want to hear comments too. So now I'll jump into what Michael Piscatelli said. If you didn't see week 3, go back and check it out. But Michael Piscatelli said Dak Prescott is the MVP. I think he's a Cowboys fan because I know he's from Texas, but I like this take. If you're picking a quarterback right now, I don't like the Cowboys, so this is no bias. But Dak has a 26-6 touchdown ratio. He's also 9-3. Just like Brock Purdy, who's supposedly the NFL betting favorite. I think Dak has had a better season than Brock Purdy. And you can debate me in the comments, but Dak's been known for throwing a lot of interceptions. He's only got 6 this season. So I like that take, Michael. And I want to hear more about what you have to say. And I want to hear if you support my take on if Tyreek and Christian McCaffrey should be above him or you disagree. I want to hear what all you guys have to say in the comments. So, talked about that. Talking about the MVP race. It's crazy to think that the betting books have Brock Purdy as the betting favorite. And my guy, Tyreek Hill, is plus 1,400. For those of you that don't know, if you were to place $100 on Tyreek Hill, you would get paid out $1,400. Don't do that. I'm not advising that. But what I am saying is that his odds are no good compared to Brock Purdy's. I have not checked his out recently, but I know he was like plus 250 the last time I checked. What that means for the non-bettors out there is $100 bet would win you $250. So because we're talking about betting, now we'll jump into my favorite bets of the week. So the Ravens are on the road against the Rams. They are minus 375. That's a big boy money line. I know. Just relax. First bet of the week is a parlay. I like Saints in the divisional matchup against the Carolina Panthers, who have 1 win. Hoping to stay that way for the Bears. So my first bet of the week, Ravens money line minus 375. Saints money line, it is minus 230. That comes out to be a minus 120 parlay. So for my bettors out there, bet $120 to win $100. So I like this bet a lot. Saints need this win. It's a divisional matchup in a tight division. Panthers just don't look that good. I'm sorry for the Bryce Young lovers out there. I'm not a fan of his. He has not shown any prowess in his rookie year. The Saints played well last week and brought the Lions to their brink. I like the Saints here a lot. I'm a Ravens guy. As I said, they're a juggernaut in this league. I think they're going to give the Rams a lot of trouble, even though the Rams are at home. I like this parlay a lot. My second pick of the week goes money line over the Chargers. You know my opinion on Justin Herbert. I think he's a little overrated. I think the Chargers are struggling a little bit, even though Derwin James is healthy, and Derwin James is unbelievable. The Broncos are a good team. Even though they lost last week, they are 5-0 or 5-1 in their last 6 games. I like backing Russ here, and I'm a big fan of their money line. They are plus 120 away from home. Plus 3 spread. If you like the spread, I don't mind that too, but I like the money line as well. My last pick of the week, Rachaad White. So Rachaad White, big fan of how he's been running the ball for the Bucs. They're also in a divisional matchup in a must-win. I think I'm pretty confident that he's going to score, and I'm going to call it our whale play this week. Rachaad White anytime touchdown is our whale play this week at Oh No Sports. It's minus 112 odds. I'm guessing you'll get around the same odds. That means bet 112 to win $100. I'm a big fan of this because he's been getting the ball a lot, over 15 carries in his last 2 games. I'm a big fan of this. Rachaad White, whale play. Let's lock it in. Now we'll talk about our plays last week. So from week 3, our whale play was Washington plus 10. I mean, come on. That was unreal. They won outright. So they were plus 10. So that means the odds makers thought they were going to lose by 10 points. They won outright and obviously covered the plus 10 for us. So whale play, hit. That was awesome. Zach Moss anytime touchdown. That was our secondary kind of whale play. You talk about frustration. I mean, he got the ball 3 times inside the 5-yard line. The O-line just didn't block for him. Then they get a defensive holding on 3rd and 4 or 3rd and goal on the 4-yard line to go to the 1. They don't give him the ball. They throw it to Michael Pittman. Michael Pittman's great, but give Zach Moss the ball. We got anytime touchdown here. So that was a bummer. I apologize about that. Not proud of that pick, but it's all good. And speaking of not proud, that Eagles pick was downright embarrassing for us. So we're bouncing back this week. I'm excited about these picks. I'm a big fan of them. Now we'll jump in to our fantasy football sleeper of the week. We got playoffs coming up. I don't know how many leagues you guys are in. I'm in 3 myself. I'm in the playoff hunt in 2 of them, and I'm sitting at the top of the league in the 3rd. I like our fantasy football sleeper of the week, Chiefs receiver Rashee Rice. He's a rookie. He's quick, and he's turning into Mahomes' guy. He's available in 30% of leagues. He's owned in 70%. Not really sure how that's possible. He's averaging 11.6 points in PPR leagues. Last 2 weeks, he's had 8 catches in both weeks, and he scored a touchdown in one of those weeks as well. I mean, if you're Mahomes' guy, you need to be on a fantasy roster. Obviously, he's got Kelsey, Pacheco, but Rashee Rice is in the mix every week for that team. He's averaging 11.6 points. He's a must-have in the playoffs if he's on your waiver wire right now. Go out and get him as soon as this video hits, and as soon as you see it, go out, get Rashee Rice, because he's important to have going into this playoff push in case one of your wide receivers is resting for a game because their team's already clinched, or in case they get injured. Whatever it is, Rashee Rice is a good guy to have. Talking about sleepers of the week, and we're talking about guys that have been loyal to Ono Sports since the beginning. Brandon Aubrey was our first ever sleeper of the week. He's a kicker. People were probably thinking, what the heck's this guy doing? Putting a kicker as a sleeper of the week. He has not missed a field goal yet, ladies and gentlemen. He has not missed a field goal, Brandon Aubrey. The rookie sensation kicker out of Notre Dame and the pro soccer player switched over to kicker. This guy's unreal. So if he's available, still get him because he hasn't missed a field goal yet. Knock on wood. Hopefully no jinx. So talk about sleepers of the week. I'm a big fan of that. I'm a big fan of our bets of the week. Now we're going to dive in to the Cowboys and Eagles matchup. This is a big boy matchup again in the NFC East. NFC East is tough this year. The Eagles have back-to-back tough weeks, and they're playing the Cowboys at home. I want to hear what you guys think about the Cowboys being minus 180 against the Eagles. They are at home in Dallas, and the Eagles are coming off a blowout. I don't know. I'm staying away from betting on this game, but I want to hear what you guys have to say. Do you think the Cowboys should be this favored against a strong Eagles roster that, by the way, forgot about this. They just signed Shaq Leonard. I know people are hating on him because he got cut from the Colts. This guy led the NFL in tackles with like 165 tackles to the Colts. He is a star, and I think he could be huge on that Eagles defense because he doesn't need to be what he was on the Colts. He needs to be exactly what they need in a role as a middle linebacker who quarterbacks that defense. I think this could be a crazy good move for the Eagles. So comment what you think about Shaq Leonard. Comment what you think about the Cowboys being minus 180 against them. Personally, I think it's a little bit crazy. Last thing we'll talk about this week before we get into the featured sport of the week is the toilet bowl tonight. Man, oh man. I know we had a toilet bowl a few weeks ago with my Bears and the Panthers. It wound up being a bloodbath, 12-10. Terrible game. That was the Vikings and the Bears. Sorry. They've had a lot of terrible games this season, unfortunately. So tonight we got the Patriots against the Steelers. I mean, I haven't checked the injury report if Kenny Pickett's playing or not. I know Mitchie Mitch, the MVP, the Nickelodeon valuable player, for those of you that have been NFL fans for a while. It's been a great meme going around the NFL. Mitchell Trubisky, former Bear, worst pick, arguably NFL history, trading up to get him. He could be starting tonight for the Steelers. And the even bigger bummer is that Bailey Zappi is probably starting for the Patriots this week. These are two struggling teams, especially the Patriots. This is Bill Belichick's kind of downfall. He hasn't had a season like this as long as I've been alive. The over-under is 30 in this game. That means 4 touchdowns and a field goal will do it. That's 17-14, and the game is over the limit, over the total. I mean, I'm staying away from betting on this one. I advise you guys to do the same. But, man, I'm a huge NFL fan. I'm as diehard as they come. I don't even know if I'm going to be tuning in tonight. Whew, man. And now we're going to jump into our featured sport of the week. This week, I'm going to choose for our viewers that we're going to do soccer. For all my soccer fans out there, I know you guys are jumping for joy because I haven't given much love to soccer. Personally, I'm a huge soccer fan myself. We're going to jump into the EPL. For those of you that don't know, that's the English Premier League. That's the top league in England. And we're going to talk about how Man City's dominance, has it come to an end? I don't really know, but we're going to talk about it today. So yesterday, they lost 1-0 to Aston Villa. They were minus 150, favored on the road against a team who was originally in fourth place with Man City sitting in third. If you don't know who Manchester City is, they won the treble last year. That means the Champions League, that means the Premier League, and that means the FA Cup. Not many teams have done that in the history of soccer, so they're coming off a banner year. Erling Haaland arguably should have won the Ballon d'Or. He's unbelievable. I don't know. I'm a Messi guy, so I like Messi winning it. But Erling Haaland, one of the best goal scorers to ever do it, and he's 23 years old, playing his best soccer right now. So I want to hear what you guys think. Do you think Man City has it in them to come back after the loss yesterday? Not in great form as of recent. They're in fourth place, sitting behind Aston Villa, sitting behind Liverpool. They're struggling right now. And I want to hear what you guys think about that, because this is an interesting featured sport of the week. It's not football. It's not basketball. It's not even baseball. This is soccer. This is a world sport. And I know the EPL has become very big in America. I've always been a fan. I'm an Everton fan. Don't talk about it. Please don't clown me in the comments. I know we're in 19th. I know it's been a tough season, and the financial fair play, my opinion, kind of BS. But hey, we're going to ignore that. But featured sport of the week, I want you guys to comment about the EPL, your favorite takes about the Premier League. If you think Man City's got it in them, if you think Liverpool's going to take it, if you think the dark horse Aston Villa is going to continue their run of form with Diaby, with the guys that they have, with Bailey, all the guys that they have, building up and winning the title, I don't know. It's going to be a fun title race. So, just to run through everything quick one more time, because I know we cover a lot here in the 20 minutes on Oh No Sports. Again, if you enjoy the video, like, subscribe, comment, whatever you think. I'm always open to answering comments. I'm a diehard sports fan. As you know, I'm also a diehard NFL fan. So I want to hear you guys' takes. I want to hear you guys' comments. I'm going to answer any of them, any and all that I can get to. So today, we talked about the Cowboys and Eagles, big matchup this week. Can the Eagles withstand a test back-to-back weeks? I don't know. We're going to find out on Sunday. We got the toilet bowl tonight, unfortunately. Kind of a rough game. Patriots-Steelers with an over-under of 30. Stay away from that, you bettors. We also talked about the MVP race. I want to hear what you guys think about my McCaffery and Tyreek Hill take, and what you guys think of Michael Piscatelli, one of our viewers and first ever subscribers, talking about Dak Prescott being MVP over Brock Purdy. And then last thing, we'll talk about run quick over the bets of the week. We got Rashad White, anytime touchdown. That's our whale play, minus 112. He's had a TD in the last two. He's playing in a divisional matchup. We need it here. Then we got our parlay. We don't normally have parlays, but I'm going to start adding those in a little more to get a little spicy, add a little spice into it. That's Ravens money line minus 375. That's Saints money line minus 230. It comes out to being a minus 120 parlay. That's 120 to win 100. I like that play a lot. Then our last play is Broncos money line plus 120 on the road against the overrated Chargers. So thanks for listening. I want you to comment, give your takes, subscribe. This is Oh No Sports. We'll see you soon. Peace.